The real reasons why we don't see Tobey Maguire anymore. Is Tobey coming back to the Marvel Universe as Spider-Man in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness? What initially did he want to do with his life, and what made him choose acting? This movie had been the beginning of his end? Is there a chance for Maguire to rock the stages of blockbuster movies? Hi, my name is Oliver. Let's find out more about my favorite Spidey in this brief video. Overview of his early life. Owing to his parents' divorce, Maguire's childhood life was filled with moving in and out of living with different family members. He was just 2 when his father and mother finalized the divorce. It is a known fact that his father is a chef, while his mother opted to be a screenwriter and film producer. This seems quite interesting, considering that he had dreamt of following in the footsteps of both his parents. When Tobey started contemplating about what he wanted to do with his life, he at first opted to be a chef. But because of his mom, things took a dramatic turn of events, as she convinced him to take a drama class instead. His mother went on offering $100 bribes to pursue an acting career. It was his mom's dream of becoming an actress when she was younger, but unfortunately, it didn't work out. So basically, just like any other wistful parent, she wanted her son to live out her dream. Tobey took the classes, only to realize that acting was his passion. Imagine living in a world where Maguire's mom hadn't persuaded her son to become an actor. We still could have had a Chef Tobey, or I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have ended up on TV, like Jamie Oliver or Gordon Ramsay. It's good to know that the actor never regretted his decision. It is a reported fact that Maguire got his first role when he was only 13. It had been a minor chunk in the family film The Wizard. Although he didn't even have any lines, this opened doors for him to show up in a few commercials and minor TV roles.
The bathroom?
2 minutes.
Yes, good man. Oh, yes, yes. I'm in the gym. Oh, yes, yes. Oh.
Friendship with Leonardo DiCaprio. Many celebrity friendships are not highlighted on the mainstream media, mostly because of the recurring romantic scandals and competition for roles out there get more coverage. However, there's a pair out there for which fans have rolled out a red carpet of friendship, and we can't get enough of it. It has been one of the longest-lasting Hollywood friendships, and it is none other than the Great Gatsby co-stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire. So, how did they meet? Are these companions still friends today? Here is everything you have to know about the celebrity BFFs. During his auditions at the early stages of his career, Tobey often saw another wishful actor at his auditions. It was the young Leonardo DiCaprio. But instead of competing with one another, these two became the best of friends. They went as far as making a pact to help each other out at auditions. The two actors are still very much like brothers. Maguire once confessed, "I have a lot of trust and respect for each other," and added that he is very fond of Leonardo DiCaprio. In his turn, Leonardo mentioned that they've always supported each other along the way. Every project we do, we talk about every single choice I've made. I've talked to Tobey about and vice versa. That's a great role model of friendship, isn't it?
Personal level, I have great affection for Leo. We're very good friends, so that certainly helps when you're...
Career breakthroughs. Let's not forget Tobey's boyish charm has scored him multiple roles for personas half his age. It did take him to the top, but it didn't take long for Maguire to quickly move from sidekicks to lead roles. His share in Pleasantville, The Cider House Rules, and Wonder Boys solidified his success as an actor. Moreover, his brief yet notable role in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas earned him a good reputation as a diverse actor while working alongside Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro. Maguire had to bleach his eyebrows and hair, but as he commented later, it was totally worth it. It was only the beginning of something remarkable, but Maguire scored his spot in playing characters that were younger than him due to his youthful appearance. Young enough to portray a certain teenager with supernatural abilities. I mean Peter Parker. This role of Spider-Man drove Tobey to the top practically overnight. He had been the right look for Spider-Man as someone mature yet playful. The actor spent 6 months gaining weight through gymnastics and taking martial arts. As a result, he will be known as the iconic superhero with years on end. Critics praised Maguire's performance, saying it had been hard to imagine anyone else in this specific role. A USA Today critic even compared his casting with the original Superman, Christopher Reeve.
Can you hear me? Good. I want you to have all the background. This is
The Spider-Man franchise. The Spider-Man movie was a huge marketable success, which grossed over $8 million worldwide. However, it lost its title to the iconic sequel of Jumanji in the coming years. A second movie quickly followed, Spider-Man 2, and it became one of the most influential and best superhero films of all time. It turned out to have a much shallower, passionate focus, as it presented a much more complex villain. The immaculate acting of Tobey Maguire made everyone yearn for the third film, which was soon underway, and everyone expected the same success. But something went totally wrong with Spider-Man 3, as except for the performance of Tobey and the other actors, the movie couldn't repeat its predeceasing achievement. It looks like the director Sam Raimi, along with the screenwriters, had went overboard and added an absurd storylines, which made the plot an absolute flop. The unduly lazy scenes, with no central threat to the protagonists, even Raimi himself admitted that Spider-Man 3 was a complete washout. "I messed up plenty with the third Spider-Man, so people hated me for years. They still hate me for it," he said to Nerdist. To correct his mistakes, the director wanted to make the fourth movie, but it never happened because he couldn't come up with a script that would satisfy the production house he had been working under. So, the reboot starred Andrew Garfield, and Maguire's career as Spider-Man ended. Tobey became bitter, as he had also sustained a back injury while filming another movie, Seabiscuit, a few years prior. He had demanded the casting directors to let his doctors be present on the set at all times. They even had measures so that the actor felt safe in front of the camera. It was clear that he wanted to make sure his back was protected. But it seemed likely that he went way overboard with his requests. Even the producers considered replacing him with Jake Gyllenhaal in the third film. As a result, Maguire's reputation took a huge toll, beginning with Terrier rating and along with his movie failure. His career started going downhill, but there was much more to it than just this from superhero to gambler. The boyish charm that once scored him multiple jobs suddenly began derailing his career. His facial expressions never really matured, and it became harder for the audience to accept him as a more established actor. A good instance would be Baz Luhrmann's remake The Great Gatsby, where Tobey played alongside his old friend Leo DiCaprio. Although the film was made years after Maguire played the teenage Peter Parker in other roles, he was viewed only as a slightly older version of his previous characters. It's unclear whether he realized that his youthful look wasn't working anymore, but he did become picky about new roles. He isn't keen to taking any acting job that comes his way, as the actor explained in an interview with Nylon. "It's always difficult to find projects that I want to get involved in, so that's a continuous challenge." While Maguire is seen as particularly fussy about his roles, he's definitely not that choosy about how he entertained himself.
You play poker a lot. Do you still play poker, or you?
I don't play that often.
I heard
I
you
used
were-
to play more. Yeah.
Oh.
Gambling. Tobey also seems to have a fondness for gambling and playing poker, particularly very exclusive games through illegal means. Although he's generally known as a winner, it doesn't mean that his little hobby has some negative impact on his life. For example, Maguire was sued, along with 22 other people, for winning money in allegedly illegal poker games. Being sued for winning a game seems quite absurd, but as the money he won had been stolen from investors of a Ponzi scheme, he is transformed from beloved superhero to a man playing for stolen cash. It wasn't something Maguire wanted in his career, so he split over $80,000 to victims of the fraud. Let's just assume that he had no idea that the money he won was obtained from illegal methods. But apparently, Tobey's gambling revealed a much deeper issue. This issue had been detailed in a memoir by Molly Bloom, a woman who organized underground poker games for a number of rich and famous players. Maguire was one of her celebs who came to play. Often, Leo DiCaprio accompanied his friend, as Bloom would later admit in her book. Through DiCaprio's fame, he ensured big fish would come to the table. It has been reported that DiCaprio didn't really care about winning or losing, and instead listened to music on huge headphones. Meanwhile, Maguire has been labeled as a menacing figure at Bloom's table, as he took great pleasure in destroying the lives of everyone else around him. Maguire's reputation hasn't exactly been stellar. But what does his future hold? These days, Maguire's acting career hasn't been going great after Spider-Man 3. He did take part in a few movies, but as supporting roles or cameos. Critics did praise his performances nonetheless. This didn't help revive his career. Tobey is currently involved in cinematography as a producer, rather than an actor. This actually might be a more suitable job for him, as he has repeatedly mentioned how hard it is for him to remain in the spotlight. He has not been able to overcome his reclusive nature to play larger-than-life characters. It's natural that his career has reached its limit as an actor, and now he needs to get behind the camera. Still, working in cinema and doing what he loves has made him find his new identity. Maguire even founded his own production company and called it Material Pictures. We hope everything is the best for Tobey in the upcoming future. There's a rumor floating around that Tom Holland is pushing Tobey to play the role of Uncle Ben in a few flashbacks on the third Spider-Man installment. Wouldn't that be the most genius comeback? Meanwhile, Sony is allegedly trying to brand a live-action Spider-Verse, with Maguire returning as Peter Parker. It has been uncertain what Tobey thinks about it all, and whether he'll agree to come back to the Marvel Universe or not. Fans can agree it would be amazing to see his return on the big screen. Maybe this would be the second chance he's been waiting for? Do you think he deserves a second chance in Hollywood? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. If you like this video, then don't forget to hit the thumbs up, join the T Club, and hit the bell icon to get notified first. Write in the comments below "I subscribed," and we will get back to each and every one of your comments. Also, share this video with your friends and family. See you soon in the next video. Till then, take care and stay safe. Thanks for watching.